time getting into the shot. Hi everyone, kia ora, good morning. Diva just looks quite at home here, doesn't she? She looks like she could just be conducting the interviews. I don't think I'm needed at all. Hello, George.
How's it going?
Welcome.
Thank
Good.
you very much.
Oh, Diva. Oh, you're so elegant and adorable. This isn't about you though, it's about George. Do you want to lay down, please?
No playing.
Lay down. Yeah, good girl. Right.
Yeah.
Now, George, do you want to tell me, while Diva's getting settled, do you want to tell me why you're standing for the mayoralty?
Yes, running for mayoralty and councillor at large, or citywide. Running for the mayoralty because I think it's time for a bit of change and amongst the families that are missing out in the Hutt Valley.
Yep.
I'm a dad. I've got 3 little girls, and
So your hands are quite full with girls.
hands are full with girls.
Wait till they're teenagers.
Yeah, my 2 female doggies at home as well. So I've got a house of girls at home. But yeah, so I think it's time that I stood up and maybe gave a bit of back to my elders and stuff like that. So
Nice.
grandparents and father have worked in the city and they love it, and so I want to give back as much as possible too.
Wonderful. That's really, really, really good. Now, the burning question on everyone's lips is, do you have a signature dance move?
I've been looking at, what was it, Campbell's one. He was talking about sprinklers and stuff the other day, and I was going, I was always a bit of a pistol man, so
What is that?
just
Oh,
just like a
pistol
very
hits.
but this is because I wasn't a great dancer at school or anything.
Yeah, that's
so,
very
it's just,
Kiwi male, isn't
it's
it?
very
Pistol
just
hits.
you can just play it off to the side and stuff. So not too bad.
Very good. Stick to your strengths, right?
So, yeah, I watched the girls the other day at Epony, and like they're all great. Great. Do you want to pull over here? You're right.
I'm comfy. I'm
Good
very
old Diva.
comfy. Yeah, Diva's good. She's happy. She's just having a scratch. What's the number one issue from your perspective that's affecting Lower Hutt that you would want to address as soon as you became mayor or councillor?
Seems to be from the chats communities across the board. There's not just one community in the Hutt Valley. There's several. There's actually like 12 or 13. So, and I'm seeing them every day as my eyes open to kind of, bang, the pruning guys are talking about their footpaths and stuff. So they're wanting, the Pahutakawas are destroying the footpaths. So the trees are lovely, but the infrastructure is being crippled by the great greenery we have.
Yes.
So bring that into the CBD is what I want to do as well, but it's, I know the kind of problem with doing it in the CBD. So, but yeah, big issue, looking after families in the Hutt, listening to more people, because a lot of talk's been about people aren't being listened to and people aren't being notified of things. So more into the paper, more obvious, more... I've never seen a picture of the landfill. Yeah, I said
Nice.
it, you know, so... yeah, I was...
Until this morning.
Until this morning as I was driving past it, and I went, oh, there it is. And I went, and as you look through, and then you can kind of see as you're talking about the river plane and stuff, and it's... Surely we would have learned of it from just recently in the West Coast, where they've had the mass along the glacier there, and then they had the river all tear up and all this rubbish from years ago, and it's like...
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Mate, I don't understand why the rubbish hasn't been going to
Their own
Silverstream.
landfill? Exactly. It's not like we don't have choices, Lower Hutt.
Yeah, so there is more choices across the board. Clearly, Silverstream's got its own problems as well, though. But
It's got the space,
it's
though,
got
and
more
that's really
space,
important.
and they're talking about it being clean fill. So why isn't it going pushed there into the side of the hill to? It's ridiculous.
We need to
So,
protect our awa. That's the bottom line.
The problem is, though, a lot of people are saying that, like my mum was saying, that she feels that she's not recycling anymore because 1 and 2 plastics are the only plastics that we're allowed to recycle now. So you've got a whole bunch more plastics that are being pumped out into the rubbish, which are then turning up at these tips and stuff, and then we're not recycling. So we're not
I think the more you look at this, the bigger it gets, and the more we realise we actually have a major waste problem on our hands in Lower Hutt.
We've got this Callaghan Innovations. I don't understand why there's not more ideas around them to build more recycling facilities and stuff in New Zealand.
And a lot of candidates have been pointing out there's a lot more that you can do on site and like you said, with recycling, even in home. So we've got a long way to go. Okay, so you're a man after my own heart, talking about all the right things. This is good. Do you have a party trick?
Party trick. I was thinking about it this morning, and I don't know. I'm a kids man, so I can disappear off with kids and stuff. So I'm pretty happy to disappear and entertaining kids and
Very
stuff is
good.
my kind of thing. So
I think that's a superhero skill. I really, really do.
no. It's just Mum always said I'd like kids, and then I had kids, and I kind of went, well, I like them, but gee, they're hard work. So
They are. I know. I take my hat up to parents.
people don't tell you
You're
about
hard
hard
work,
work.
aren't you, sweetheart? A little bit.
Dogs are
She's
hard
been
work.
very good today.
Yeah.
Are you aware of the SDGs and what will you be doing to implement them?
Yes, I have been reading up on the Sustainable
Yes.
Development Goals.
Very good.
So there's 17, so I'm not going to say them all.
Yep.
But climate issue is going to be a big one for me. So across the Hutt Valley, we're seeing a massive bunch of, obviously, houses that are influxing the area.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also seeing a lot of trees that are then taken away from these areas and stuff like that. So my house, we're an old state house, and I've got, I think there's about 30 trees there or something, and we've planted 7 or 8 since we've been there. But leaving more of a green footprint on what people are doing in the hut. I mean, these big developments are going in, and they're not having any trees and stuff. They're not having any, not to savage the work of Friday Homes and stuff. But down by Avalon Park there, they put in these houses by the tennis court there, and then they had these big trees up by the riverbank. But then they cut them, and then they weren't even in the property of the people's houses, so they were, I don't know, just slack on that.
It's all about education, though, isn't it? We just need to be making mindful decisions because development is important.
Yes.
And that's going to address housing issues. However, I think what I'm learning is it's about the infrastructure and it's about making responsible, long-term, sustainable goals.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. What are 2 top actions that you would commit to now to protect and restore nature if you were elected?
So one of our biggest things is Te Awakairangi, our Hutt River. So it's the source of life for the Hutt Valley. But we get these toxic algae blooms that come down,
Yeah, we do.
and they ruin it. They
dangerous
ruin
to
it for the
dogs.
dogs. They ruin it so I can't take my dogs out walking and stuff. I don't want to take the kids down swimming. We live at Tida. We've got Tida's Rock there. Haven't taken the kids swimming once because I'm worried about the algae and stuff down there. We're talking about Riverlink, where we're going to move the Hutt Valley towards facing the river, but yet we're not protecting the river at the moment. So, protection on the Hutt River, but finding out why we're not sorting out this algal bloom. If it's the fact of water flow, why is the water flow dropping in those areas? Why haven't we got more flow? What's happening on the sides of the shores and stuff like that? I haven't seen much about it. They just say that there's an algal bloom and you can't swim or anything, and it's bad for dogs. So
Let's look at why.
Let's look at why. What's the reason for it? Is it the farms pumping into the Hutt River further up the valley, kind of thing? Like what's going into our awa? So
Agree.
that's a big one. Trees in the CBD. I love trees. So I love greenery. I love bird life. So in the CBD, we've got trees off towards the parks.
Yes.
We have these silly little Chinese palm trees in the
Yes.
centre of town and stuff, but we don't have any real green areas. They've all been destroyed. Where Rebel Sports used to be on the corner, that used to be a church there, and it used to have trees on the corner. I know because I used to wash Dad's car because it used to get pooed on all the time. So, but yeah, there's no bird life in the city. It's like I've got tui at home, I've got kiriru at home, we've got the birds going through, they're flying through, it's great. I've got 9 in the morning sometimes, and I've named one Tony, he's a big fat one. And
Tony the kiriru.
Tony the tui.
Oh,
and
sorry, Tony the tui.
there's,
But he's a chunky boy tui. Because you said he
he's-
was big, I immediately
he
thought
is
you meant the
really
kiriru.
fat,
Okay.
so they're eating the berries and stuff. So,
So green spaces in the
green
CBD.
spaces in the CBD,
Nice.
because I mean we're talking about Riverlink. We're going to push the hut towards the river. Are we going to keep the greenery around the river, or is that all going to get chopped back, all the trees, because we're going to want to look at the river? So where are we going to put these trees in?
Yeah.
You know.
Good question. So these are the things you'll be getting to the bottom of.
Yeah.
Great. Now, we were talking about birds already, so that leads us nicely into who's your vote for Bird of the Year.
Now, I saw your bird ones. Dad will be gutted that I won't choose the kiriru, so he's a
But
big...
Kiriru won last year, Dad.
there you go.
He can't win twice in a row.
And as much as I love the toy at home, I'm a big Kakapo fan. So I love their their coloured chests and stuff. So they've
Yeah.
got a beautiful thing, flightless like the Kiwi, so pretty special to New Zealand. And my brother just picked up a whole bunch of them for my girls, so he buys little soft toys and stuff. So he's
Cute.
as he from home, so he sends these lovely soft toys and stuff. So Kakapo was the number one this year.
Very good. What specific actions by council do you support to combat the climate crisis?
I don't know because I'm not in council at the moment, so I don't 100% support what they're doing. They haven't consulted with the public. They haven't put a huge offering out there. I want to know more about what they're offering because, like we've looked at the SDGs, there's a blueprint for how we should run our city.
Yes.
But there's like, and you're like, right, oh, okay, right, go. And you're like, well, is that not how the city should be run? So definitely look into that more. It's going to cripple our city longer term and stuff. So if we're not providing for our kids and my grandkids or something, great grandkids, that's I want them to live in the Hutt Valley. So I want them to live in the best city in New Zealand. I want there to be trees. I want there to be birds. I want them to be proactive about recycling. I want them to be on top of shitty landfills that are outside and stuff that are being classed as clean fills when they're not actually getting the full amount of stuff in there. But I don't know how much that rests on elected people, but more council in general. So we need to have a look at how council's operating.
We need to have a look. I think that's key. What's been coming up for me across talking to all the candidates and also our residents is we've started paying more attention than we have perhaps in the past, and I think that's important.
I think
so we're watching.
Everyone's gone like, oh, actually,
hang
there's
on
stuff
a second.
happening and stuff. Yeah. So, and it's good. Get out and vote.
It is
like
good.
That's the democracy fails if we're not out there voting and
educating ourselves
and talking about
Absolutely.
these issues. So
Absolutely. Now, is there a song that you cannot resist dancing to, even just a little bit, maybe with the kids?
Dancing to.
Get the pistols out. What song
Get the
would
pistols
that be?
out. Ziggy's a good one. Ziggy Stardust. Just thinking about it in the car this morning, but I'm pretty happy with all the new stuff. So I was all Hauraki back in the day, and then Hauraki changed a bit, and the rock's a bit different now. But I think we had a bit of Taylor Swift in there, but earlier she's got that new song
if you've
Lover.
got so many daughters, it's inevitable.
I'm a very girl song. What was it? Old Town by Miley Cyrus's dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. He's just done one with a whole bunch of things. So that's a bit catchy. But
okay, I'll have to listen out for that. I'm not down with that one.
Yeah.
How do you better plan to involve residents in the decision-making processes in the Hutt City?
Well, currently there's nothing happening, so anything to involve residents.
Oh, no, you can't say nothing. There are these amazing things called independent hearings where people go along and council it's a walkover. So
I don't think they're listening to individual communities that are actually talking. If we went out to, so clearly you've been involved with the landfill, and it's. Why did no one come out and talk to you? Do you not look at the landfill? Is it not an eyesore on the horizon? Is it not,
They weren't interested.
So,
honestly, they were not interested.
So across
we did
the
a lot
board,
of talking, but not a lot of listening and zero action.
And I'm a resident as well. I live in Taita, and there's lots of cars speeding and stuff, and I want to do speed bumps and stuff. But speed bumps has to be worked into the long-term plan. They can't just be done.
Yes.
So it could be 2 or 3 years away, but then you have to go out there and work for them to go out, and get them. But then, about a month after I had this whinge, council went and put, 19 speed bumps in the car park of Fraser Park.
Even Diva thinks that's excessive.
19. So, in a car park that they could have chained off at night time to stop boy races and stuff.
Okay.
So, why 19 speed bumps? That could have been 3 down there, 3 down Reynolds Street, a couple down there.
So what you're saying is there's not a lot of long-term planning and
planning, and then advice from the people that are living in the areas, kind of thing.
The affected parties.
They're obviously talking about Epuni. They're saying, hey, look, there's something happening about our footpaths. I'm ringing up and saying there's something happening about the sweeping of the gutters and stuff. You know, it's like.
Well, I've discovered that not all of those complaints are actually recorded or kept or even classed as official complaints. So,
so
the mind boggles. The mind boggles.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I'm I'm a bit of a complainer, so I try not to be trying to fix the problem. So I'll go out there and it was raining yesterday and it was pouring down and both the gutters were blocked and they're not outside my property, but I went and swept them out.
Yeah.
And my friend said, "Are you going to get the rubbish?" And I went, right. So then rubbish bin comes out, so you then get the rubbish out as well. So I've rung up the council before. They've said, "Cool, we'll get the street sweepers there," and they did one side. And I said, "I'm just going to do the other side." Like 4 days later, they did the other side. I don't know if that's a lack of communication getting through, but then again, dog registrations across the board. Have you dog registrations?
Yeah, it's on her collar.
On her collar. So dog registrations are ridiculously high for wanting people get dogs off the street, and then no one wants to. So it's what is it, 125 or something if you pay on time for the dog fee, but we bought a puppy last year, and then we went, right, we better go register it, and then they went, it's this much on the phone, and then we went into the council at the main desk, and they were very defensive, and no, it's this much, and I said, no, it's not, and then, what is your name? And I'm not giving you my name, so probably a bit lower profile than and stuff, but
a few things to work on there.
So it's like their customer service, it's like people skills. It's like I work at, so I'm a financial advisor, I work in KiwiSaver insurance and stuff. And I work with people, and I like people, and so I like helping people. Before I worked as a plumbing merchant on a trade counter with plumbers, so I was down in the gutter stuff, but plumbers are great because they open your world to what's happening in the world. So I love working with people, and that's kind of the hut for me. So
okay, do you have a go-to karaoke song?
Karaoke song. No, there hasn't been any karaoke since like SingStar back in the day.
Okay, what would be your SingStar song? Was there one you always went to?
Oh, that was Boy George or something like that. Come on, chameleon. You come and go.
Diva's loving it.
Not
Diva's
so
loving
good.
it.
Was
Stupid.
it good?
No.
Right? Was it good?
I think you're going to get all the licks. There you go. How many licks was that out of 5, Diva? I think I saw 2 licks out of 5. So there you go. Long way to go to impress Diva. She's pretty tough on this sofa though, aren't you, girl? Look, she's not even looking at you anymore.
I've done a few candidates now, eh?
Yeah, she's doing really good. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, George. It's been lovely to meet you and have you on the sofa. Remember, we want your donation to protect Wainuiomata River on our Give a Little page. And keep watching. Ka kite.
Thank you.
Hey, Diva. Gotta go press the button.
You gonna have a kiss now? You gonna have a kiss?